Hello everyone, I welcome you back to my channel. I want to believe your day is smooth and of course you are doing great. Today we are going to be diving into an amazing topic which has to do with the best way to end the relationship without hurting the next person that is involved, okay? So oftentimes people break up their relationship and end up breaking the next person that is involved. But there are best ways on how to end the relationship without hurting the next person, okay? Do you know oftentimes you could be in a relationship believing that you are still in that relationship with the other party, not knowing that you are the only one in this relationship? Maybe the other party must have moved on. Maybe the other party do not have interest in the relationship anymore, but you happens to be the only one in the relationship. You happens to be the only one putting in the whole effort without knowing that. So today we are going to look into the three best ways on how to end the relationship without hurting the next person that is involved. Okay, let's be honest here. Ending a relationship is never an easy one, especially when one of the parties still care for the other, right? So if you want to end a relationship in that case, you really need to do it carefully and you really need to, think like a human being before acting. So, guys, the first way on how to end or break a relationship without breaking the next person that is involved is for you to be honest and gentle. Okay. So, for you to be involved in a relationship, you should have some level of maturity in you. Okay. So, if you want to end that relationship, you really need to be honest and gentle about it. You need to put yourself in the other person's shoe. You need to think on the best way on how to address it. You guys need to like have it as a discussion, right? Definitely, you probably need to let the other party know that. Depending on what the situation is, you need to let the other party know that. Maybe you are ending this relationship because of one, two, three reason. You need to give reason why you want the relationship to end. You need to make it make sense for the other party to see reason and to have an understanding of where you are coming from. Okay, you really need to be honest. Let me tell you a brief story. I have seen where someone that happens to be in a relationship with another person ended up going to marry another person, right? He left and went and get married to someone else without ending the first relationship, without letting the other party know that it was, the end line for both of them. So after he got married to the new lady and of course started a new relationship, do you know what happened? He still find his way back to the other lady for them to reconcile and for him to probably start, taking advantage of her at this point, because I would call it taking advantage at this point, right? You have decided to move on, you have decided to get acquainted with someone else, and now you are coming back to what I believe is your vomit to go take advantage of the other party. And that is where you are acting like, I don't want to use the word acting so mean. That is where you end up acting so mean. You didn't even have empathy on the other person. You did not even kind of feel like want to put yourself in their shoe to know what it feels like. Like you didn't tell yourself, if someone else did this to me, how am I going to feel? That is you being inhuman here, okay? So if you want to end the relationship, you need to make it make sense. You need to set a table for two. Both of you have to have that great and amazing discussion. You must not agree, I know, but then you have to put it on the table to make the other person understand that, hey, this is the end road for us, and these are the reasons why I want us to end this relationship, and these are the reasons why I think we are not going to move forward. Maybe both of you are not compatible. Maybe there are one or two reasons that you need to put on the table, okay? Make it make sense. Do it being honest. Do it in a mature and a gentle way, because let me tell you, karma is real. And karma is still in the business of doing what? Paying back. So let's look into the number two way on how to end the relationship without hurting the next person that is involved. So the second best way on how to end a relationship is choosing the right time and setting. Okay, so if you want to end the relationship, now you have to choose the best time to do that. If possible, you need to make a dinner date for both of you to go out, sit down, and have this great discussion. The same way you started that relationship, like maybe asking her out, or both of you going out and having time together, sitting out and discussing an amazing thing. You need to end that relationship the same way. You need to set up a date for both of you to go out and have this amazing discussion, all right? You do not have to end that relationship in a very wrong setting. You do not have to end the relationship when both of you are already having issues, right? When there is issues on the table, when both of you are not agreeing, maybe for some reason, and then you decided to say, you know what, I call it a quit. You know what? This is it. I'm no more interested. That is the wrong way on how to end a relationship, especially if both of you have put in time, years into that relationship. It could be in marriage, it could be just both people dating, right? You have to end it in the best time, and of course, look at the settings. You don't have to come and end the relationship when you know that the other party is going through a struggle, when you know that the other party is passing through any kind of anxiety or stress. You don't have to make the case worse for them, okay? You need to end this relationship in a good manner, right? And maybe for some reason you don't know what the future holds for both of you. You both might end up being best friends in the future. You might not end up together, you might not be in a relationship together, but there might be a reason for him or for her to help you in the future. You don't know who your destiny helper is, and you do not know who God have destined to help you. What if you're walking into a place seeking for help, and lo and behold, your else is the one to help you in that situation? So you have to make sure when you are on your way up, you have to make everything straight. You have to make sure everything aligned. You have to keep your way and your hands straight so that when coming back, the road will not harm you. Okay? So, guys, the third way, but not the final way on how to end the relationship without hurting the other party is for you to do what? To leave room for healing and closure. Okay? So, what am I trying to say? You do not need to disappear like a ghost. You need to give the other party room to heal. You need to give them room to put themselves together to understand that they are about to start a new life, that they are about to start a new relationship, or rather that they need time to, to think what you guys just discussed, to, digest it and know the best way on how to move on. Or do not just disappear like a ghost without giving an explanation. That is wrong for you to do. And then you need to wish them well. Yes. If you have been in a relationship with someone who maybe must have put in their time, maybe their resources, and then their advice in that relationship, you need to wish them well, probably by telling them that whoever that they are going to meet in the future, that you pray that they happens to be better than you. Yes, because everyone wants to, move into that next stage, which is going to be better from where he or she is coming from. So always wish them well and make sure it's very sincere from your heart. Wish them well, if possible, pray for them, right? And make sure you do not disappear like a ghost. Make sure you do not go out and start speaking ill or evil about them. Another thing is, if you have really chosen to end that relationship and you mean it, please do not go back rekindling this relationship with the other party. Do not go back trying to take advantage of them because you know they care, or rather they love you. And now you go back trying to take advantage of them. Or maybe if you think you are in the mood or you need something, you want to go back just to take advantage of them or just to get what you want because you think you know they care and they love you. Don't do that. If you move on, move on. If you call it a quit, make sure you end it there. Okay? Don't go taking advantage of them because the universe will be against you on that. Don't do that. And then the last but not the least is make it clear. if you call it the end, make the end be the end, right? But then give room for them to heal. If there is need for you to help them in the future, do that. If they come seeking for help, help without attaching emotion or feelings. Help without trying to get something in return. So this is all I needed for us to discuss today, guys. Like I said, if you want to call it an end or end up with that relationship, do it being honest and gentle. Do it at the right time and the best setting. Make sure you leave room for closure and healing, okay? And do not go back taking advantage of them. Remember, karma is real. Do not let the universe be against you, okay? Always keep your hand clean and always have empathy on the other party by putting yourself in their shoe. I remain your girl D for Delia. Until I come your way next time, remain blessed, stay safe, and stay out of trouble. Bye bye.